Hello everybody, and welcome back to another stream here on the channel. Today is a pretty big day, everybody. Today is a pretty big day, because today, guys, is the finale of my Skyline Rem perspective. And now I do apologize in advance if I stumble over my words. I'm incredibly nervous, but also very excited, so I hope you don't mind that, but once again, it is the finale of my perspective today. I've worked on this for quite some time, and I've had a lot of people help out with getting this finale secured, and honestly, I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody who helped out with this. It may not be much, but honestly, it's a finale that I'm happy with, and I hope you all will be happy with. And if you haven't checked out all the other finales that have happened through all the other perspectives, I highly encourage you to go check them out, and definitely tune in tomorrow as well, because we'll have another creator be doing something sort of akin to that. I don't want to get into specifics because it's not my word to say, but honestly, before we get into the lore and whatnot, I do want to let you all know that I made some new emojis. I did, and I uploaded them last night, and one of which is the almighty scuff emote. Check it out. So we have an official scuff emote for scuff moments and whatnot, and there's also there's some other animated emotes and all that stuff. We have a lore emote and all that good old jazz. Honestly, it's great. And if you want access to that stuff, you can use the channel points, which are runic emeralds, to unlock specific emotes for 24 hours. So feel free to use those if you want, or you can throw me a sub. Either option is there for you to do. Cam showing off them in the chat, and you may have noticed that my Twitch has changed a little bit, and that's because I've been doing some reorganization. I now have an official Throne account, so if you want to look at anything that's on my wish list and all that stuff, it is there for you to check out. And honestly, I'm just out of words, because today is my finale, and I've worked so hard to get here. And honestly, if it weren't for the people that are around me and for Skyline in general and the community and you guys, the viewers, I wouldn't have gotten this far. So, it's very heartwarming that we got here today. And so, I'm just at a loss of words, because, I'm trying not to be as emotional as can be, but, it's a finale, and it's quite the journey. 7 episodes is quite a lot, and we'll talk a little more after the stream, but I don't want to hold up anybody too long and all that stuff. But honestly, genuinely, from me to you and from everybody here in Skyline, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in, for supporting us, for making art, for doing anything you could to support us. We wouldn't have gotten to this incredible milestone if it weren't for you all. I gotta take a drink. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I don't think I'm gonna harp on that too much anymore. I think you guys know what it's time for. Everybody, let's get right into the lore.
With that being said, I'll be heading out soon, so we have plenty time to make it to that competition.
That's great, Cam. Honestly, it's a great opportunity for you due to your apprenticeship.
Indeed it is. I'm just happy I could leave the city knowing that you were able to snag a benefactor for the orphanage.
Yeah, I'm grateful for Lonnie's generosity. The children should be able to live comfortably now, and Maribel can finally take a breather.
I'm really gonna miss this place.
It's gonna be weird not seeing you around.
Who knows though? Maybe our paths will cross again.
Here's to hoping we do.
I better get going. Amanda was close to finishing up with the final preparations.
You two stay safe out there then.
Of course.
Dear Eliza, as with the many letters we have written to each other before, I hope this one reaches you well. In my time residing here in the city they call Erewhon, I have long faced the idea of who I want to be when it comes to this world. I have always looked to you as the one who gave me the courage and strength to brave the new world beyond me, and of course, I am always going to thank you for that. However, as mentioned before, I never knew who I wanted to truly be. So many possibilities presented themselves to me, and for a while, I considered maybe it was just not meant for me to figure out, and I should just be happy where I am. That was, until now. I have finally figured out who I want to be in this world. Who knew a nice conversation with a friendly animate and a few interactions with an angel could really open up my eyes? I wish to be a true traveler, a traveler who is not bounded by who he was before landing in this world, but bounded by who he is now. A man of new beginnings and even newer opportunities, a protector of the innocent as well as a seeker of new frontiers. Erewhon is only the beginning. For what lies ahead on the road, I can only imagine what I will see next. I can't help but feel the excitement within myself. Where I am now, though, will always hold a special place in my heart. I'll never forget what this city has done for me, and much like I'm doing with you, I plan on keeping in touch with the friends I have made here as well. You would love them, honestly. You won't need to write back this time, as when this letter presumably reaches you, I will have fully hit the road once more, choosing a new destination for me to discover. Wherever I may reach, no matter the distance, I will always keep you and the other friends I have connected with in my thoughts. You all helped shape the man I am now, and I'll never let that leave my heart. Hope to write to you again soon, Eliza. Sincerely yours, Justin.
Just fake it. I only know how to pull myself apart. I never thought I'd go this far, but I pulled the spark. It's over now. Run away, out of time. Find a place where I can never hide. I let it run, I let it run, change, or even stop. Let it burn, I'll never be coming back. 'Cause I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Used to be losing my mind. I'm hoping somebody will say losing my mind. 'Cause I'm losing my mind.
As you made yourself comfortable in your seat once more, the night of laughs and enjoyment continued as you witnessed your good friend smiling and clearly having so much fun. You couldn't help but feel incredibly lucky to have met such people in this vast world. It makes you ponder on what would have happened if things went differently, the endless possibilities of who and where you could have gone is beyond your imagination. But the path you landed on was here. A path that showed a love for interaction and a hunger for protecting the innocent. It's almost as if this world was made for you. Your pondering was soon buried, however, as the good times pulled you right back into this new reality. The faint sound of music slowly made its volume known as you, Naomi, and Savannah all noticed Harvey insert a small record disc inside of a small little jukebox that rested on one of the stage's backdrop tables. Haven't gotten a chance to crack out the old small jukebox I've had for a while. Any of you want to join me in a moment of Footloose? Harvey would ask, curiously, while holding a smile that speaks all across his face. The rest of you would look at each other for a moment, all sharing the same smiles as you considered his request. Naomi wasn't one to waste time, though, as she immediately got up to join Harvey. "Never think I won't take up a good offer to dance," Naomi would exclaim, grabbing a hold of Harvey's hands, ready to let loose. You and Savannah watched as the two happily began to dance with one another, happy as could be. It wouldn't take long, however, for a certain someone who sat next to you to begin giving you the same confident yet enduring look that Naomi gave to Harvey just a second ago. Looks like someone also wants to dance, but this time, with you. Care to dance, Justin? Savannah would ask as she picked herself up and stood before you. You felt warm inside, but couldn't let an offer like this slip. I'd love to. Let's see what you got, Savannah said playfully as she reached out and grabbed a hold of your hand. You would rise to your feet as Savannah grabbed both of your hands, and in the same manner of which Naomi and Harvey were doing as well. The two of you couldn't help but lock eyes with one another, seeing something within each other's vision. The music played on as time itself felt like it slowed. To look at how much Savannah had grown from who she was when you first had met her, to now made you feel content and also proud. Savannah gave off the same sentiment towards you, as you could tell by the look in her eyes. The moment of stare then finally broke as Savannah began to work her body around to the music that was jingling throughout the room. Her moves being that of which you could also follow pretty easily. And just like magic, you began to feel the excitement and rush when your feet began to move. The two of you were now dancing the night away. Well, that answers my question, Savannah happily shouted out towards you. What can I say? I got in the habit of learning new things. The two of you shared a few laughs, as the two close friends would. Harvey and Naomi couldn't help but notice the nice interaction between the two of you as well. Look at you two go, Naomi would let out, clearly starstruck by what she was seeing. Haven't seen you dance like that in quite some time, Savannah. Happy to see you still got the moves from when we were younger. You always were a natural. Harvey would both compliment and tease towards his relative. Savannah would dart her head towards him in response, where you almost expected her to reply how she would normally reply, one of her playful yet joking jabs, but that's not what she did this time. Instead, she took it to a whole new level. Oh yeah? How about we see if you still got it, Harv? She would let out, then quickly glancing at you and giving you the look that certainly said, I'll be back to you in a moment. With a subtle nod from both of you and to one another, Savannah leaped away to join her relative where he was, with Naomi having stepped out of the way to let the two engage in their small, friendly family competition. While that was happening, Naomi would join you, seeing how she wanted her chance to dance with you as well. You don't mind if you have an extra dance, do you, Big Eye? Naomi would lean in to ask you, making you smile as you already knew what your answer would be. I thought you'd never ask. As you spoke your response, you would playfully pose in a way of a person of royalty would, taking a bow and reaching your hand out towards Naomi, waiting for her to accept your hand in a dance. It's something you picked up from Lonnie's performance from his show, and Naomi surely picked up on this as she flustered a bit, but also giggled, clearly appreciating the gesture. The gesture, I meant to say. Ooh, such gentlemen. Naomi would playfully yet genuinely reply to you, making you fluster a bit as well, as she rested her hand onto yours. Just like a moment before with Savannah, you and Naomi would then begin to let the feeling of dance take you both away. As you two did, you would occasionally look over to Harvey and Savannah to see how their little competition was going, and to your surprise, it was quite impressive to see the two matching each other's movements perfectly, almost as if they were practicing the dance they were doing many times before. These two certainly had more history with dancing than they were letting on, though. You could definitely tell those two are related, Naomi would jokingly say. Oh, yeah. The dancing would then continue on for quite some time until the music eventually stopped, which in turn made you all take your seats once again. The energy and excitement was scattered throughout the room, and it almost felt like you all wanted the night to never end. By unity, that was great, Naomi would let out. Wouldn't you say I still got it, Savannah? Harvey would then tease his cousin, clearly knowing he just proved that he still has what it takes to dance still. I think I saw you stumble a bit at one point, Savannah would playfully reply, showing one of her friendly digs at that you've come accustomed to. Hey, come on, Harvey replied as he nudged his cousin's shoulder. The laughs continued as you joined in the memories that were being made. It was a wonderful time for everyone, and the feeling in the air just felt right. In the midst of all of that, however, the feeling you continue to have on seeing the world beyond Erewhon kept flooding your mind, as if it were a fly that kept circling around your face. You knew deep down inside that eventually you would need to reveal to your friends what you were thinking. And maybe now was the time to do so. You considered everything on the table, from Cam's departure a few days ago, to the letter that you had already sent to Eliza, who by now has probably received it. This was it. Now was finally the right time to open up and announce your decision to be a true traveler. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Your heart would pound a little as you picked yourself up and made your way onto the stage, bringing the attention of your fellow friends. You held onto your drink as you stood firm in your place, feeling some weight bear down on you, but ultimately powering through it. You hoped that by the end of this revelation, things looked promising for the future. What's up, Justin? Something on your mind? Harvey would call out to you. I have something I want to tell you all, and I thought that maybe would be the best time to do so. Your words intrigued them as they were all curious as to what you had to say. Oh, what is it, big guy? Naomi would ask, showing her concern for you. You could feel the weight return as you looked at all of your friends' faces, and nothing but great memories filled your mind, which in turn caused your eyes to somewhat water. You could feel a little tear race down your cheek, which made your friends come closer. Justin, is everything all right? Savannah asked you personally, clearly concerned about you. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just trying to find the best words to say what I need to say. Hey, you got this, bud. Whatever it is, we'll listen, okay? Harvey would encourage. Yeah, we'll listen, Naomi chimed in. The support of your friends gave you enough to pull the weight off of your shoulders. It made the room feel less heavy. You didn't want to ruin the fun times you were all having, but to them right now, what you had to say was more important. It was time to say what you needed to say. Before I landed in this world, as I have already told you all, where I'm from, I wasn't exactly, the most intriguing individual ever. I woke up, went to my work, came back, rinse and repeat. And that's how it always was. I live alone, or I lived alone. And I felt like maybe part of me was just missing. Something about where I'm from just needed to change. And well, that change was coming to this world. Granted, I'll never know how I came here or how I'll continue coming back here for Unity knows how long, but this world is what made me change. This world is what gave me my second opportunity. And it's been nothing but an adventure for me. One thing I've always wanted to do, though, where I'm from, was to travel the world. Was to see the sights that I had never gotten used to or never got the chance to. Because I felt like if I was going to live my life, I was going to live it on the road. Now, of course, I would have to stay in one place, but being able to go everywhere or to go see anything I wanted to just felt like a dream. And that may not happen where I'm from, but that will happen here. That will happen here because this is my second chance. And I want to be a true traveler. I want to take my chance to travel this world. To travel this world that I was brought to for whoever knows what reason. And I want to do it as soon as I can. To say your friends were surprised at everything you had just said would certainly be an understatement, although their expressions soon painted a different picture entirely. You certainly expected shock to be painted all over their faces, but much like Eliza from before, they actually smiled. Almost as if they were telling you that they were proud to see you find yourself along this journey. You could feel your heart melt a little. You've certainly come a long way, Justin. And honestly, I can't help but feel proud to see how much you've grown so far. If being a traveler is what you truly want to be, then I fully support your choice. Harvey would speak up as he made his way onto the stage and stood next to you, putting his arm around you in a friendly gesture. You have my support too. For how much you've made an impact on me and the others here, I think we could go on for hours. In all seriousness though, Justin, you could go anywhere you'd like, and see any place you'd like, and be any person you'd like. No matter what, you'll always have our support here. Savannah then followed, making your heart melt even more. Of course! And to top it all off, it's not like you'll be saying goodbye to us forever. You could always send us letters and also visit anytime you can. Ooh, now that I think about it, it'll be like we're meeting all over again and reliving our first interaction with one another. Which, if I'm gonna be honest, was one of the best moments I've ever had with you, big guy. Naomi followed last, making another tear roll down your cheek, clearly touching your heart. Guys, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. Harvey, while still having his arm wrapped around your shoulder, pulled you in closer. We should be thanking you, bud. The den wouldn't be where it is now if it weren't for you. Your job was to make this place feel a lot more safer, and by Unity, you sure as hell did. Come to think of it, actually, we haven't had to kick someone out in quite some time. Have you ever noticed that? Harvey would ask. I never did notice that, no. I really did my job that well, huh? Like I said, by Unity, you sure as hell did, Harvey would reply, keeping his proud smile on. Adding on to that, can you say best coworker ever? I sure can. No matter what, no one can truly replace the bond you and I have made, big guy. You and I make a great duo. Naomi would follow up. Everyone would then look towards Savannah, wondering if she had anything to add on to this as well. I mean, do I really need to mention what all you did for me at the docks? I think we all know that by heart. Savannah spoke as she gave a smirk and a little wink. You guys are the best. Once a den crew member, Always a Den crew member, Justin. This place will always be yours to call home if you ever need it, and we'll always be here if you need us. Hell, who knows? We might just meet out there. I think we could all use a little vacation every once in a while. Could be something we can consider in the future, Harvey responded, showing that his support will never end. Oh, if we do, can we go to Soteria City? I have always loved hearing how beautiful the place is and would love to go see it in person. Can we, Harvey? Can we? Naomi would ask as she jumped up and down repeatedly. I got us tickets to a winter song, remember? If there's a will, there's always a way. Harvey responded, possibly poking at the idea. Yes! Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to get that loud, Naomi quickly replied. You all shared a good laugh with one another, cherishing each moment as the night went on. Much like you expressed in your letter, your mind was content as you had more friends to keep in touch with now, which warmed your heart. Like Eliza before, you made it clear to yourself that these were friends you needed to hold on to, and the same promise you made to Eliza back then needed to be promised here as well. Truly, I'll never forget this place. I mean, how can I? You guys accepted me without a second thought, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much. I promise, no matter what obstacles I may face out there, I promise that I will make it my personal goal to write to you all and visit when I can, like Naomi said I could. Your friends smiled as they heard this, showing through their expressions that they were happy to know that for the future. They would still be able to hear your voice through the process of words on letters. Naomi and Savannah would then join both you and Harvey on stage, as a group hug was now in session, your friends holding on to you as you held on to them, not wanting to let go. The hug would last for quite some time before it finally loosened up, allowing you to face each other once more. I'd say this is a good time to have one last round of drinks. What do you all say? Harvey asked all, raising his glass up. Hell yes, Savannah replied without hesitation. You bet, Naomi followed with glee in her eyes. Let's do it. One last round. The rest of you raised your glasses as well, knowing that tomorrow was on its way, but the night was still yours. On this final night, may I present one final toast, in celebration of our good friend's decision to explore the world. May his journey be blessed by unity, so that in return, he may find many adventures to take, people to meet, and places to see, and stories to tell. In our fullest support, let us cherish both the memories and friendships we have made with him here, and continue that cherishment by supporting his future beyond the walls of this city. A final toast to Justin. Cheers, Harvey proudly said as he raised his glass higher. Cheers, both Naomi and Savannah said in sync as they raised their glasses as well. Having raised your glass last, all of you would bring it in and wrap your free arms around each other, fully supporting that no matter what, you were always connected. It was time to make this night last, and all it took was one final cheer. Cheers. All right. What else do I need to pack up? I don't need the chair, of course. None of these books I ever used. Even then, I don't think they really belong to me. What's in this chest? Oh yeah, I remember this night. That was the first time that me and Savannah, well, had drinks together. Man, I have to keep this. I have to keep this. Well, looks like I got enough food for the road. Got a map of Olden. Who knows, maybe that's the next place I'm going to. Who knows, there's a lot to this world. Got a lot of money that I've saved up. A compass in case I get lost. My journal. The scythe that Eliza gave me. Alright. Alright, that should be about everything, I think. I hope I'm not missing anything else, but I shouldn't. Cells, if you're there, I'm gonna need your fullest support. This is a really hard thing to do, because, well, I'm having to leave once again. So if you're there, just, you know, stick by me, like you always have. Alright. I'm gonna miss this room. I'm gonna miss this room. Gonna miss this area. Naomi's room. Gonna miss all of this. I think everybody's waiting downstairs for me. Yep, there they are. Oh boy, here we go. You found yourself now standing before the friends you made here in Erewhon as they turned their attention towards you. They wanted to make sure your departure was cared for before sending you off. Such amazing people they truly are, you thought. You have everything packed, big guy? Is there anything that you might have forgotten? I can do a double check if you'd like. Naomi would rapidly say, clearly wanting to make sure everything was all accounted for. It made you smile seeing her devotion. That's okay, Naomi. If I'm gonna be honest, there's not much I could forget. Oh, okay, just wanted to make sure is all. She would reply as she held her hands together. You would give her a smile, indicating to her that you appreciated the gesture, as she did the same. Well, that's good to know. Because, well, had you said otherwise, we would have torn this place apart just to find what you were missing, Savannah said as she nudged Harvey as a little joke. Maybe not torn, but you get the idea. Harvey would reply, nudging Savannah back. You guys. There was then a moment of silence as the realization then began to finally set in. This was the last time you were going to see your friends until you returned to visit someday in the future. Emotions began to run high in your mind, and you began to feel the same feeling that you got when leaving Eliza's homestead. It was going to be a brief moment to share before it all came to an end. Your friends knew this as well, but instead of making it quick, they prepared for this very moment. They all wanted to say something to you personally. Harvey would be the first to approach you. His expression wore it all. I honestly wish I could say everything that is on my mind, but we'd be here all day if I did, man. However, I just want to say that I'm proud of you, Justin. I'm proud to see who you've become, and deep down inside, I'm happy to have noticed your potential and gave you this place to call home. I know it seemed all too fast at first, but genuinely, I'll never regret taking you in. I'll never regret seeing your potential, and most importantly, I'll never regret the bond we shared. Thank you for creating that bond with me. Harvey said with such a sincere tone. You could see subtle tears begin to form in his eyes. He truly felt proud of you, and no matter what, he always appreciated your existence within his life. You couldn't help but feel the tears form in your eyes as well, causing the two of you to pull each other in and for what felt like a brotherly hug. Thank you for letting me create that bond with you. You held on to each other for a few more seconds before separating. Harvey then looked into your eyes as he gave you another proud smile and patted your shoulder, before stepping aside to let another one of your friends approach. That friend being Naomi. She made her way over to you, hands still cupped together. From the get-go, the tears had already begun dispensing from her eyes. I've never truly had to say goodbye to anybody, but I know I must be strong. For you, big guy. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for being such a great friend to me. Most of the people I often meet at the bar are, well, people who take no interest in having nice conversations. You, however, when I first met you on that day, it felt different. It felt like we were destined to meet, which I know sounds a bit corny, but it's true. Seeing you become my coworker, my roommate, and my best friend was just the greatest gift I could have ever been given. And that's not to mention all of the great memories we had. Like the time you got me Lonnie's autograph. You didn't need to do that for me, but you did. You made a dream of mine come true. No matter if you're here or not, you'll always be one of my best friends. Thank you for everything, big guy, Naomi would say while still having tears coat her eyes. It took no time for the two of you to also pull each other in for a hug as well, Naomi having locked herself around you and not wanting to let go as she poured every bit of emotion into her embrace. What she said next, though, certainly sent you over the edge of emotion as well. I love you, big guy, she said platonically, showing how much she truly saw you as a best friend. You really made that much of an impact on her. I love you too, Naomi. Once a best friend, always a best friend. The hug between the both of you would last longer than the one longer than the one that you had with Harvey just a few moments ago. But deep down inside, you could easily tell why. Naomi was the first one you met amongst your three friends, and by her accounts, she wanted to make the moment last for as long as possible. Eventually, the embrace would soon break away, but not before Naomi handed you something. A glass from the bar, but not just any glass, as you are about to find out. The day we met, I poured you your first drink ever here, in that very glass. It may not be much, but I thought it would make a nice memento. A piece of this place and its memories to carry, Naomi revealed. Your heart melted upon hearing the true identity of what the glass was in your hand. It was nicely polished as you glanced down at it. This gift was certainly special. Naomi, I thank you. Always, big guy, she replied, sending you a smile. Naomi would in turn give you one more quick hug before stepping aside to allow the final friend of your group to finally approach you. That friend being the one with the fierce yet mesmerizing orange eyes, Savannah. For a brief moment as Savannah stood close to you, the two of you had the look in your eyes as if you were both thinking of the same memories together. The genuine smiles you two shared could be seen from miles away. Honestly, what can I say that hasn't already been engraved in our time together, Justin? I mean, we've seen it all together, and I don't think words can truly show how much you have meant to me, so... Savannah will go on to say before suddenly cutting herself off. She would leap into your arms so quickly that everyone in the room, including you, was caught off guard at the sight of it. It was so sudden, and it made all of your eyes widen. Regardless of the surprise, she held on to you with so much passion that you welcomed it and embraced it as well. Although you couldn't see her face, you knew she had started shedding tears, as you did the same. You may have impacted the lives of all your friends, but out of all of them, you impacted her the most. The memories of everything you did together, poured in as a result. "Thank you, Justin. Thank you," she says as she held on to you, her grip never letting loose. Always. Always. As to be expected, the embrace would last for quite some time, but at this point, you didn't care if it ended or not. You just wanted to hold on to her in your arms. However, when the end of the embrace came, it came with another surprise that, once again, no one in the room was expecting. What the hell?" Savannah would say before loosening her grip on you and grabbing a hold of your face. The feeling of her lips had puckered up and made contact with your cheek as she leaned in, fully aware of what she was doing. She was giving you a kiss. Immediately, the room goes silent as the small interaction had occurred, with both you and Harvey going wide-eyed as opposed to Naomi, who had the expression of someone who wanted to just fangirl in the moment. The kiss would only last for around 5 seconds before Savannah would let go of you and take a step back, holding a smirk on her face that pretty much told you that she was proud of what she just did. Meanwhile, you just stood there, placing one of your hands on the area she just laid her kiss on. This feeling, this moment, it was all too familiar. Your mind was racing. Savannah? "Okay, what just happened?" Harvey would interject, trying to hold back his laughter. "That was so cute!" Naomi would yell excitedly. So many questions filled the air amongst the three of you, but luckily, it wouldn't take long for you to figure out why Savannah did what she just did. "Told you words aren't enough." She continued to smirk as she leaned in once more, teasing you as well as making you fluster. "Wow, that's quite the gesture to make, Savannah, especially for you." Harvey would poke fun at his cousin. She turned to him. "What can I say? A gentleman deserves a gentle kiss, right?" she replied as she still held a smirk on her face. You were still processing what just happened, but nevertheless smiled while still holding onto your cheek, feeling the generosity and acceptance of her mark. I guess I'll be adding that to our list of fond memories now. Savannah would then turn back to you and give you one final playful nudge to your shoulder before taking a step back and rejoining the others. It seemed like the personal messages were now over, and it was now time to truly say goodbye. You took a few steps forward to join them as well, putting your arms out for them to bring it in for one last time as tears rolled down your face. Of course, they did just that. One last hug for the road until next time. It was a moment that will never be forgotten. "Good luck out there, bud," Harvey said first. "We'll miss you, big guy." Naomi followed next. "You know where to find us if you ever need us," Savannah finished lastly. The moment made the time feel like it slowed down, but soon the embrace would loosen, allowing you to face your friends one last time. You knew it was finally time. Cells by your side, memories in your heart. Goodbye, guys. I wish you all well. As you began to make your way to the door, you looked back one last time, seeing all your friends were giving you smiles and waving you out. "Safe travels," they all said simultaneously, tears of joy painted on their expressions. You would give them one last smile, one last wave, and one last memory to remember. May unity bless the day that you can eventually return. Cells, if you're there, I need you more than ever. God, it's so hard to say goodbye. I know I haven't been in this city for the longest time in the world, but they really mean a lot to me. I'm gonna miss them. We're gonna miss them, Cells. They weren't just my friends, they were your friends as well. Wait a minute. No, I can't leave yet. I can't leave yet. There's one other person we need to say goodbye to, Cells. There's one other person we need to say goodbye to. And I'm not taking the other way. I'm taking the beach. Because on my very first day, I remember walking down this beach with all of you. It's such a nice thing to do. To walk to my second job. Gosh, I really have no words, honestly. A little emotional, I guess. Look how beautiful that sea is. Cells, we helped somebody. We helped somebody greatly in this city. It's been a while since we checked up on them. So we're gonna go to them. We're gonna go see how they're doing, and we're gonna say goodbye to them. This is Justin, clocking out for the first time on the docks. Gonna miss these stalls. Picked up quite a few things here. We'll come back one day. We have to. There's no way I won't deny that. That'll happen. I'll make sure it happens. I can only hope that they'll be okay. I really hope so. Exactly. It's not goodbye forever, it's more of a see you later. Gotta be strong. Gotta be strong. Gotta be strong. Gotta be strong. I don't want to be crying when I knock on the door. Just gotta remember where this was. Haven't been around this area in quite some time. But I think I'm starting to understand. I didn't realize the cells could cry. We have much to learn about ourselves, right? Yeah, I remember this tree. Like you all said, it's not goodbye. It's see you later. Here it is. Here's the orphanage. I hope Maribel's doing so well. I hope her and the kids are doing well, and I can't delay. I have to say what I need to say. You approach the orphanage, finding it to be in a better shape than what it did previously. It seemed the carpenters came and fixed up the place. As you knock on the door, you are welcomed by Maribel, who smiles at you greatly. You would take note of that her appearance seemed to have changed a little, and that was due to a new dress that she had been wearing. It was a nice and elegant shade of red, which made her stand out more, considering her already beautiful Twilian appearance. "Oh, Justin, hi! It's so nice to see you again. Maribel chirped as she saw her savior right there at her door. She gave him a kind smile, very glad to see you again. Hi, Maribel. It's really nice to see you again, too. Is everything going all right? Oh, everything is perfect, and it's all thanks to you and Mr. Tashiro, she says with a smile showing on her gentle face. You were definitely going to miss her. Oh, where are my manners? Please, come in for some tea. I would love to catch up with you on what's been going on here since you've helped us, Maribel says, excited at the thought of speaking more to the man who saved her, and the orphanage. You would smile, flustering a little. Apparently that she wanted to spend time with you. As much as you would love to, though, you remember the true reason as to why you were here. I would love to, Maribel. Truly, I would. But I sadly can't stay for tea, because I came here to tell you that this will be my last day here in the city. Maribel's humble smile then turned to a frown as she heard this, and you could see the heartbreaking curiosity in her eyes. Last day? Are you going on a trip? What's going on? Maribel asked curiously. As much as it pained you to see her be a little down about it, you knew that being honest is all she would want, and maybe if you explained your newfound passion for the road, she would understand. You took a deep breath as you looked to her in the eyes, seeing the nice shade of green shimmer in her gaze locked onto yours. Well, I finally figured out who I want to truly be in this world. A man who lives for the road and wants to see the rest of this world. I want to be a traveler, and before I set out for the road ahead, I just wanted to come by and say goodbye, because I care about this place a lot, and it wouldn't have felt right not seeing this place one last time before I head out. Maribel slowly smiles gently, touched by the kind gesture you were doing, and smiled kindly. That's very sweet and nice of you, Justin. It humbles me that you never stopped thinking about this place even after helping us get a new benefactor. I'm grateful for having met you. Maribel smiles and giggles. You flustered again, taking her words to heart as they gave you life. The feeling is mutual, and looking at this place now, it definitely feels revived. I can only imagine how much those coins have further helped out here already. It's life-changing, Justin. Things have been very good ever since we got that first bag of coins from Mr. Tashiro. The kids and I have new clothes, we fixed up the place, and as you can see, and I even managed to fill our cabins with food. It's enough to keep us fed for the whole month, Maribel said, making you smile at her words. That's honestly amazing to hear, Maribel. Truly. The two of you shared your smiles to each other as Maribel flustered herself while looking down a bit. Honestly, I always have you to thank for. If it wasn't for you getting Mr. Tashiro here, the kids and I would have had to separate, and the orphanage would have had to close down. I don't even want to think about what would happen to those kids on the streets, all alone and no one to take care of them. They're young, you know. They deserve a home, no matter what, she said truthfully. You would nod in agreement, showing that you shared the same sentiment. These kids needed a home, and you were happy to help them grow it back to where it is now. Oh, Max, Emily, and David wanted me to thank you too on their behalf. They actually made me promise I would tell you that if I ever got the chance to speak to you again. Maribel says with a large grin on her face. You chuckled, feeling touched that the same kids you helped out weeks ago were now thanking you for everything you had done for them. Actually, that did get you wondering. How were those three doing presently? Oh, speaking of those three, how are they doing? Is everything okay with them too? Maribel, upon hearing this, then gave a somewhat sad smile but looked into your eyes. It seems like the answer she was about to give was one that was going to take some courage to say. You wondered what it was going to be. That's actually something I was going to tell you over tea, but I'll tell you here since you'll need to go soon. Someone from Soteria's city came here the other day and adopted them. It was a lady who was looking to adopt some children to give her own daughter some siblings to have, Maribel revealed. Your expression changed upon hearing this news, but through the eyes of Maribel, the two of you shared the same feeling about it. You were going to miss those kids, but were happy to see them finally be a part of a proper family. I'm gonna miss them. I'm gonna miss them a lot. The lady who adopted them seemed very friendly and looked like a good person, so I have no doubt they'll be in good hands, Maribel said as she lowered her head, clearly feeling the impact still on the kids' departure. You would place your hand on her shoulder, showing support to her and telling her through your expression that she did great as a mom for them. She looked back at you, and the two of you would lock eyes once more. You served as a great mother to them, and whoever adopted them will now experience that greatness you taught them. You're a good person, Maribel, and an even greater mom to all of the kids here. Never, ever forget that, because I'm sure Max, Emily, and David will never forget you. I'll never forget you. Your words would speak volumes to her as you could see more tears begin to form in her eyes. She felt her heart skip in motion as she really did love what you just said, and all she wanted to do was just hold you. The sudden surprise of her jumping into your arms certainly made you stumble a bit, but her embrace felt warm, like a mother's embrace. You smile as you hold on to her as well. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for everything. I hope that wherever your journey leads you, it's to good places and even to good places or even greater, Maribel said as she continued to embrace you. It was a goodbye, but not a goodbye forever. Thank you, Maribel. Thank you so much. I wish you and your kids well. As you two broke the hug, you would wave Maribel goodbye as she waved back happily. Go in both your separate directions. You on the road and Maribel to continue helping more children grow. It always stings twice. It always stings twice. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Salsa. I just need a moment. Thank you guys so much for being here for me. Thank you so much. There's nothing else to do now. It's time to hit the road, everyone. Well, there it is, everyone. The key to the outside world. I don't know what we're gonna find out there, but hopefully it's good things, like Maribel said. You ready, Cells? You ready to explore the outdoor world with me? Because this is not just my journey, this is our journey as well. Alright. As you continued on your walk, the sudden sound of something scraping the ground would suddenly come up from behind you. In a moment's notice, a carriage stopped close to where you were. You were surprised and jumped back before you got ran over. Having locked eyes onto the carriage, the door would then swing open, and who you were greeted to on the other side was a friendly face. It was Lonnie, who was accompanied by Roland and Delilah, who was already scrunching her nose at you. Seems like she hadn't changed one bit. "Oh, is that who I believe it is?" Lonnie asks, a smile slowly growing on his face as he steps out of the carriage. "Ah, Justin! A pleasure to see you once again," Lonnie asks, lightly tapping his cane onto the cobblestone floor. "Lonnie? Hey, it's good to see you again as well. Are you heading off somewhere?" "Well, yes, I am leaving to the next region for my next show. Honestly, I have been very excited about it. A new set of eyes to feast onto my art, I would say," Lonnie grins. You could definitely tell he has passion for his craft. He noticed you carrying a bag with you. "Oh, are you going somewhere too?" Lonnie asks, curious as to what you were doing. Or going to do. "Oh, I'm actually leaving to see the other regions of Rem as well. I don't know which one yet, though. I'm kind of just letting the road take me wherever, you know?" Lonnie raises his eyebrows in surprise and then grins as he approaches you and grabs both of your shoulders. It looked like he had an idea pop up in his mind. What could it be, though, you pondered? "Well, my dear fellow, how about I offer you a job?" he would then ask you. You stare at the eccentric actor, who was looking at you with the biggest grin. You gave him a confused look by this sudden request. What? A job? What kind of job?" "Actually, I've been looking for a personal bodyguard to shield me from external forces who would want to do harm to such a gentleman such as myself. And after hearing about your feats at the docks and at the Derman's Den from your friends about your absolutely remarkable strength, I thought who better to fill in the role but you, my friend," Lonnie says, grinning at you. "Now, don't get me wrong, I am perfectly capable of handling myself, but I need someone who will watch my back from forces that I cannot handle by my lonesome. You will be paid handsomely, of course, and also you will get to see the other regions without any further complications. What do you say?" Lonnie pulled away and held his cane, the bottom part of it frozen in the cobblestone, explaining how he could have held your shoulders without hearing a loud clang. You would take a minute to think about his offer, coming to the realization that this might just be an opportunity you're looking for to help aid in your newfound passion. After all, you are a traveler, and being Lonnie's bodyguard could mean that you could travel much more easily now. Plus, having Lonnie there would actually be nice, since he seems to think of you as a friend. This opportunity was perfect. You would have a job, people to keep you company, and a way to get around the world. How could you say no? Well, I was already thinking about looking for a job in the next region anyway, so this is actually a good offer for me. I'm in. Wonderful, absolutely brilliant. Well then, my dear fellow, you can come with me inside the carriage and we'll begin our journey forward, Lonnie says, smiling as he was opening the door for you, bowing slightly as he twirled his cane around impressively. As you enter the carriage, Delilah looks at Lonnie in shock and disgust as someone who she considers a commoner was joining them in the same carriage. "Ugh, are you playing with me, Lonnie? I'm not sitting in this carriage with him," Delilah growls under her breath as she says it, but Roland glares at her for her rudeness. Delilah, please, if you don't behave, I will make sure this carriage ride will be completely uncomfortable for you. Roland says, and Delilah, hearing this, behaves and just covers her face with a fan, looking to side, glaring at the windows. Paying no mind to what just happened with Delilah, you would then stare at the window as the carriage began to move. Almost immediately, you and Lonnie would strike up a conversation with you as you gazed out the window, seeing the fauna and flora fade away as a smile grows on your face. This was it. This is where your journey of a lifetime truly begins.
Among the present, I often found myself running back to the same question I asked in the very beginning. What truly is considered the gateway to another world? The answer may never be clear, but for me, one thing is for certain. Curiosity will always be the key to finding the answer to anything. For when someone falls asleep in one world, they may awaken in another. Unity makes their way, and now sets the road ahead. The only question now is, where does the road take me from here? What does this journey of a lifetime have in store for me? I may not have the answer now, but something tells me I won't be alone. And for whoever joins me, we will walk this road together.
Never alone.
And always together.
We stand as a beacon, for now and forever.
We will see this world together.
Arms within reach.
We power through dread,
so that we may be ready
For what lies ahead.
And it all starts here.
Just fake it. I only know how to pull myself apart. I never thought I'd go this far, but I hold the scars. It's over now. Run away, out of time. Find a place where I can never hide. I let it run, change, or even stop. Let it burn.
it can't be one Skyline stream without a little, like one little scuff there. I don't know if y'all heard that. You most definitely did, but I hit the wrong track. Oh man. Of course, it can't be a Skyline stream without one little scuff. Guys, chat, I just want to thank you so much for making this finale possible, for being here to support me and everything. Honestly, I hope you all enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Of course, I stumbled on my words, but honestly, it's such an emotional moment to get through a finale. It's a nice milestone, so I apologize for that, but I know you guys don't mind, and honestly, I'm very thankful for that. Thank you so much for tuning into my perspective, and I hope you guys like this ending. And who knows, this may not be the end, but I'm not gonna say anything further. I don't want to confirm or deny anything or anything like that, but honestly, this was just an amazing story to tell, and I really hope you all enjoyed it. And honestly, it just feels amazing to finally, be able to hit a milestone once again. And honestly, you saw the credits. I just want to thank everybody who participated and helped in this perspective. I want to thank Skyline as a whole. I want to thank Rex and Candy for inviting me to this amazing project. I want to thank every backstage, every creator, everybody in Skyline itself and in Skyline Studios for just being so great at what they do, for making stories like this to tell to the audience. And I want to thank, honestly, there's so many people I have to thank. Everybody in Skyline Studios, you guys, the audience and the community. Thank you guys so much for everything. And honestly, just the world in general, the world itself has a way of making things happen, and I think this was one of the very good things that happened to me, this opportunity, this way of telling a story. And for this stream's credits, I want to give a huge thanks to Yuki Blaze, who helped co-write my perspective. You saw her name in the title a few times. She came in handy. She helped write most of the dialogue and everything, and she helped me format everything, so do check her out if you want. And I want to thank my two backstages here. I've unmuted them so they can say hi or whatever. So our two backstages.
Hello.
Our two backstages for today were Flints and Steel and CamelotWarrior. Honestly, let's give them a huge round of applause for making this happen. They did phenomenal. A huge thank you to all the other backstage that have helped with the perspective and helped with everybody else's perspective. They are the backbone of this series. And
we stand backstage.
Gosh, there's so many things I want to say.
My coworkers.
But in terms of people who followed today, we have Ace Dragon, Space, and we have Super. Thank you all so much for following. Welcome to the Emerald Evolution. Hope you enjoy your stay. And thank you so much for the resubscriptions from Cam and I think Pastelli towards the beginning. And to anybody else who, subscribed and all that stuff and did all that jazz, thank you so much. You guys mean the world to me. But most importantly, thank you to everybody in this community. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Skyline fan community. Thank you guys so much. Honestly, this is... I know I keep saying that, but honestly, I can't emphasize enough how grateful I am to have finally gotten to this point. And honestly, I loved what we made, and I'll always love what we made. And honestly, the memories of us going on stream together and just showing these stories and everybody being enamored by them and put in awe, and the quality is so amazing. It's like nothing I've ever done before. And honestly, and I just thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being who you are and supporting this project tenfold. I will say that I'm not the only one who's doing a stream tonight. Nova's going to be doing a stream, so definitely go support her finale that she's doing today. I don't know if she's live right now. I don't think she is.
She's going to be going live, I think, in about 5 minutes on her starting soon.
Okay, well, we won't be able to raid her, but honestly, do check her stream out as well. And be sure to check out all the other creator streams who have yet to do finales. Please go support them. They're putting a lot of effort and work into their stuff, and honestly, they deserve all the love and support for all of the effort they've been given. And, honestly, that's truly all I have to say. I'm just very, very thankful. And, you know, this kind of feeling, you know, makes me remember when we, you know, finished Mythos and all that stuff. And it's, you know, it's a little bit of a sad feeling, but it's a joyful feeling, you know, like it's a feeling of joy. And again, the future holds many promises and many potential opportunities. So, you know, on this channel, I'm going to continue to try to make good stories and all that stuff and make content for you guys. I know I haven't been streaming a lot lately, and I apologize for that, but this right here, this stream itself is, you know, this is what all of that absence has been leading up to. And again, it may not be much, but it's a great finale to me, and I'm happy with it, and I hope you're all happy with it as well. Honestly, again, I'm just going to say this one last time. I've said this like 50 million times, but thank you so much for watching Skyline Rem. Thank you so much for supporting Skyline Rem. Your guys' support would have, like, it's been phenomenal. It's been breathtaking. Honestly, it fills me with joy just thinking about how much support we have. So
it really brightens our days whenever we see you guys in chat enjoying the stories that we write, because we do this for fun. We don't do it for any other reason, just for fun. Which, by the way, if you want to watch any other perspectives, because there's more than one perspective, feel free to go onto the Skyline Rem YouTube channel. I make sure to update it so that it links to all playlists for all Skyline Rem Bobs from all different perspectives. Make sure to go check them out, because they're all amazing stories and all unique in their own way. Go show them all some love. And make sure to go support Nova in her finale stream that should be starting up very, very soon.
Yeah, definitely go show her some support, honestly. Your support will make her day so much more better. But yeah, honestly, that's all I have to say.
Bowing like a theater major.
That's all I have to say. Honestly, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for your love and support. That is going to do it for me today. My name is You Can't Justice. These are my friends, and we'll see you all in the next stream. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!